Hello there, Ringside Crew.
Hey dudes at Ringside Crew, this is Davian.
Hey, it's Jenny Santana here.
This is Alfie.
This is the Savage Juggernaut, Tamaku.
Ringside Ring!
This is Thomas D. Bruff.
This is Billy Starks.
Mr. Chad Epic.
Megan Mason.
Hey everybody, Scotland's own Bodhi Adelaide.
The headliner in charge, Marco Mania.
This is your girl Charisma.
Papa Dink, Brendan Dicker.
This is According to Woods.
Savannah Summers.
I'm Shorty.
Tasman Sass.
You are watching
The internationally known
Dudes at Ringside podcast, hosted by Metal Geek and Joe the Panther Jr.
Sorry for the delay, Ringside Crew, but welcome to another episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I am your host, Joe the Panther III, and now from the top of Metal Mountain, in the middle of the mosh pit, it's the happy ale himself, the Metal Geek.
What's going on, Ringside Crew? What's going on, International Known? What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Joe? How's it going today?
Happy Friday and bye summer. Today is officially the last day of summer.
Yeah, it was pretty cold today.
Yeah, a little chilly. I had to toss on a hoodie above my Dudes at Ringside hoodie above my polo when I went out for dinner for some Greek food. Remember, I talked about Greek food in the last episode of Geek. I had Greek food.
All right, so we're in the introduce the guest.
Yes, let's give a warm Dudes at Ringside welcome to this future legend that's from Vegas. I would give you Bodhi. Bodhi the Prodigy.
BYP.
BYP, baby.
Woo!
Oh, yeah, how's it going?
Doing good. How are you?
Good. Welcome.
We have that music. Dun-dun-dun, you know.
You make sure you don't trip on the curtain. Those things are like snakes. Actually, no, I did a lot of plays in high school. Once your ankle hits the curtain, it's like you're gonna get wrapped into it as it's going by.
Yeah, and then I trip, hit the stage, start rolling down.
That wouldn't be good.
We're like, you're like, get up, you're like, I chipped a tooth. Geek, what the heck? I pushed the wrong button. I caught his.
Oh, no.
All right, now here we go. I'm doing too far. We swerved off the road. We're going to the bushes. So, if our fans are not familiar with you, introduce yourself.
If your fans don't know me, they should. I am BYP Bodhi, Young Prodigy. I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada, based out of Las Vegas, Nevada. And yes, I am 15 years old.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
And so who trained you, Bodhi?
Okay, so I started out training at a kids class local in Las Vegas by Coach Leon Hader. But eventually, after a couple of years, I started training with the adults with various trainers. Sin Bodhi, formerly known as Kazarni, Kenny King, Gregory Sharp, Cutthroat Cody, Remy Marcel. List goes on.
Okay.
Yeah. So what was like the energy of your first match like?
My first match.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I had my first match when I was 9 years old. And I mean, me being like 9, I think I had maybe way more energy than I do now. Like, I like to joke around and say that I feel old now. But when I was 9, I was, hype. I had a bigger smile on my face, running around. I mean, I knew the journey would start there. So I was really excited then.
So, what made you get into this fun wrestling business? What was like your inspiration?
The fun wrestling business. So I started watching wrestling because I saw a kid at school. He had a WWE backpack. So, I started looking it up. I started watching wrestling. And I mean, at first I was kind of confused, I thought they were like bullying each other, but eventually, I got the hang of it. I started watching more and more. And then I had a family friend who was training at that kids class, and he found out that I was watching wrestling. And he said, oh, maybe you should come to one of our shows. I was like, sure, went to their show next day, start my first day of training. And now we're here.
Yeah. Now you're on Dudes at Ringside.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, watching somebody else wrestle, you never would have thought, right?
Yeah.
But who's been your like dream opponent you would love to get in the ring with?
Dream opponent. Um, I have a few people. One of those people being Rey Mysterio. Ray was actually one of the first ever matches I watched. It was him in a 6-man, I think. Also, I'd like to get in the ring with Chris Bay. He's like my brother from another mother. Internationally, I'd like to wrestle El Hijo de Vikingo. Hopefully, I said that right. He's been on CMLL. He was just on Pro Wrestling Insider's top 500 wrestlers list.
Oh wow!
He made
Wow,
top 10, I think, actually.
That's an amazing accomplishment right there.
Yeah, all my lucha guys.
Yeah,
Of course,
you'll get there one day. Don't worry.
you'll be on it, brother. The way I saw that promo, the clip I saw on your Instagram, or maybe the one you sent us, you were on somebody's shoulders and they had your feet under their hands.
Yeah.
You launch yourself off the guys. What if I had that clip, I'd tell Geek to play it, dude. Well, Bodhi, what was your energy like in that moment when you were on somebody's hands? What were we thinking?
I probably wasn't thinking at all, honestly. Like when I'm in the ring, my mind, not like it goes blank, but it's kind of like I'm gonna do whatever. Hopefully I live, maybe. But that guy that I jumped off of, he's 6'5". Like that part made it even more stressful than it is. But at least I had like 8 other people catching me, so I was all right.
If you have that clip again, Bodhi, you have to send it to us so Geek can see it. Because Geek, I can see the question mark over his head. He's like, "What? I missed an awesome clip."
I gotta watch this clip, man. Joe's talking.
It reminds me of when Geek and I went to Hammerstein Ballroom and Adam Cole jumped off.
Not Adam Cole, Joe. What are you doing, man? Let me tell this story.
You tell the story.
So let me tell the story. So Adam Page did the moonsault off the balcony of Hammerstein Ballroom.
Ooh.
That's what we were talking about. You know Adam Page. Cool. You know Adam Page from AEW, right? So yeah, when me and Joe went to Ring of Honor back in New York City, we went to see Ring of Honor at Hammerstein. There's a balcony, and he did like a moonsault off the balcony on top of everybody.
Wow.
Which is the sickest thing I think I've ever seen.
That's really cool.
I think Geek posted that on our Instagram, or I posted it. It was somewhere.
Yeah. I still have that clip though.
Yeah, send him that clip on later on so his eyes could pop out of his head. It's like,
yeah.
Even I was just like, I saw that clip, your clip, and then I remember that one. I was like, that's almost equivalent of jumping off a balcony of an arena, but you're in somebody's hands.
He was doing the super crazy spot from Hammerstein Ballroom years ago. I don't know if you remember that, Joe. The infamous spot.
He was one of my favorite guys besides Ray.
Mm-hmm.
So, as we said before, we said dream matches. So if you had a chance to go any timeline between the WCW and the WWF, what's the word you always say, Geek? The door, the forbidden door. Who would be forbidden door person that you would like to wrestle?
Ooh, break the forbidden door. WCW, WWF. We were talking about it earlier. Billy Kidman is that WWF?
Yeah, he's like WCW, WWF. Yeah. Like it's mid.
My timeline's off.
Yeah.
I said Rey Mysterio. I mean, any timeline of Rey Mysterio any year would be cool in the future, in the past.
Mm-hmm.
In January of this year, I actually wrestled Damien 666 from WCW.
Really? Oh, yeah. Dude, that's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
He looks so different now with his hair all long.
Right.
He's got a beard. It's like, you're not Damien 666. No, you're not. Liars.
I remember I met him, and it was like a really weird story because like when I get backstage at a show for the first time, like, I'll shake all kinds of hands, introduce myself. And I mean, Damien wasn't like, maybe the nicest dude, notorious heel. But like I shake his hand and I say, hey, you and I will be wrestling today, excited for the match and all that. And he's saying, me wrestle you? You, me? Wrestle? And I was like, no, it'll be us in a fatal 4-way. And he's like, "Oh, you and me tag." So like the language barrier was there.
You're like,
I had to break it to him.
It's like, how do I break the news to you?
It's like
exactly.
it's like geek. It's like us regularly on the chat on Instagram. We think we're speaking the right language, and then we get on the screen, and we're like, "Oh no, Joe, you didn't ask me to speak English. You were talking English on Instagram. No."
Yeah, we got a translator. We got a translator for Damien. Actually, it was Principe Leon. He was just on the podcast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was translating everything. So like, if he had to tell me something, like then Principe would, he's the middleman between us.
Yeah. That's also not only that, Joe. That's also like the chat, the podcast chat. It's like sometimes they don't understand what's going on. Like and it doesn't have to be English, Spanish, or anything like that. It could be just regular English, and be like, Joe be like, and then I would have to explain it to the rest. I'll be like, no, Joe means this.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, okay.
I'm learning to go into the Google translation. If some like,
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like literally, like
the literal
how to talk to people. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'm like, Joe means this. I'm like,
okay.
Sometimes
shit happens in a call.
But it's a work in progress. Joe's a good guy.
Yes,
he's a good guy.
This podcast, it's like I tell people,
mic check at 7:30. They
Yes.
put the question. They put the This is what I mean. A perfect example. They put the question mark. Mic check. I'm like, what is that? What does that mean? What does that mean? And I'm like, and it's like, oh, we're doing just a quick test before.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right.
Right.
Because sorry, go on, Geek.
No, because then sometimes they think, what? I thought the show starts at this time. You told me this time. I'm like, no. And then they're like, and then it's like, mic check is this time and actual show is this time. I'm like, oh, okay, got it.
Yeah. So yeah, that was cool how you did your video with you watching the podcast. Geek thought he's like, that was the best thing I've ever seen.
Yeah,
that was a cool.
Yeah.
Like instead of me just saying, "Hey, I'm going to be on the podcast,"
Yeah,
I kind of wanted to, like, bring my mom into it. She's over here. Wave.
Hi.
Yeah.
A little closer. Hi.
How's it going?
I sent the video to him.
We just sent the video to you also, but when me and my mom were making the video, we were like, what's a cool way to like make it seem a little more interesting, get people a little more excited for the podcast, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought that was very, very creative, by the way you guys did it.
It reminded me a lot of something. I'm an 80s 80s/90s baby, and all I could think was ABC Friday nights. Like in Bodhi's room on Friday. Bodhi, did you do your homework? Oh my God, Mom, I totally forgot. I have to do a talk show with these guys.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a new sitcom, maybe.
Yeah, like
like a Full House or like
right.
Or
Bodhi's house.
Bodhi's house, for sure.
Bodhi's ring on Fridays with Bodhi and his mom.
I'm getting cultured day by day because my mom's totally an 80s girl too. So I'll be watching 80s movies, listening to 80s music. She just went on like an 80s cruise, I think.
What?
Yeah.
Do I need to hang out with your mom? Because she seems really cool.
She's really cool.
Like,
she seems like a cool person.
One of my friends just did 90s con. I think it was was it 90s con, Joe, or 80s con?
Oh yeah, no. One of our friends, he lives up by me. He lives in Jersey, and there was like
Long Island, over by.
Oh, I thought you meant the one by me in Jersey. There was one.
No,
in
but
Jersey.
I'm saying there was like an 80s con or a 90s con. The one ISPW just did.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. They had like a bunch of like 90s/80s WWF stars there.
Ooh,
like
that's cool.
Oh, so cool. You would have been you would have went crazy because they had Slick there, the old manager from the 90s. Yeah. They had they had Jesse the Body Ventura.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
I need to go to these conventions.
Dude, Bodhi, the list went on and on with the stars. I was like, how do I not have outside of Geek? How do I not have friends here?
Exactly. And then not only that, some of the people were actually dressed up in like 80s as 80s people. Like there was a Roddy Piper, there was the Hulk Hogan walking around, there was a Dusty Rhodes guy, which is he's an awesome guy. Do you know his name, Joe?
What? Oh, the one that went to the con, or the guy that was just like
The guy that was dressed like Dusty. He walks
I
around
don't know,
Dusty.
but I know there's a girl that's on Instagram that cosplays as China. And
Really?
she looks just like a younger China. Same, not as big the jaw, but she's like almost like muscular, but like fit, like a fit style China. But it's like if you look at her picture and look at China, she looks like a younger. If they did a movie with China, that's who they would put in the role. She looks like a younger China. Yeah. So, Bodhi, do you play any video games by chance?
Surprisingly, no video games.
Oh wow!
As a kid, I never asked for a console. Now I still don't. I said as a kid, I really still don't ask for consoles nowadays. I mean, school, wrestling, balancing, kind of tough. I mean, also, it's not like really interested me anyways, to be honest.
Yeah, I can see that because you're always traveling, you're always doing shows, you're always doing this and that, podcasts, and got to keep your head in the books because you want to keep the grades up so you can be able to go travel. You don't want to go, oh, boy, you got an F this month. You can't go to that show in Northern Vegas.
Right. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully, I can go to all my shows safe and worry-free about parents and grades and school and whatnot.
Yeah,
don't jinx him, Joe.
No, I'm giving him the good vibe. The fingers are crossed. He's gonna get all A's this year. He's a good kid.
A's and B's, maybe.
Yes.
A's and BYPs.
Mama Bodhi knows. Mama Bodhi knows.
Stay in school, right?
Stay in school, kids. Don't listen to Joe. No, don't listen to Joe. I'm a good guy.
Don't listen to Joe. Exactly. That's right.
I passed. Look at me. I'm a podcaster now.
Now you're a dude.
I'm a dude. I'm a dude on a computer. Internationally known, yes, Mama Bodhi. You know how many times you guys are both gonna laugh that when someone says, "Oh, Joe, no one knows you," and my manager has to walk. One of my guy friends work goes, "Ha, nobody knows Joe." Ha. Joe, tell them why. I'm like, because I'm internationally known, brother. And then I walk away. I get that girl. Like the girl from Family Guy.
It's the sass.
Known. Light my cigarette. And I walk away. Yeah, that's me. I'm the snippy one on the podcast. I'm supposed to be the face, but I'm the. I'm internationally known, sucker.
Brother. All the us.
Yeah, us, yes. Here comes next question. We're running.
So what has been some of your favorite matches, Bodhi?
My favorite matches.
Of yours and in general.
General, yeah.
I think when it comes to my matches, I feel like the older I get, the more matches I have. I feel like the new favorites I have because when I was like younger, I did it again. When I was younger than I am now, I feel like there was like less I could do because like I didn't know as much, or I wasn't in the mindset that I am now. So most of my recent matches I'm really proud of. I had a match with Alan Angels from AEW. I just wrestled Starboy Charlie. Matt Vandegrift. I wrestled Matt Vandegrift. That was a cool one too. Not the best crowd, but good match. Good match. What else? Yeah, those ones were cool. I enjoyed my match with Damien 666. It was a fatal 4-way. Me, him, Edge Stone, and Remy Marcel, one of my trainers. That was cool too. And my favorite matches in general, we got to throw in some Rey Mysterio matches. I like the one with him and Kurt Angle.
Definitely.
Weirdly, I like Shane McMahon matches. I like Shane McMahon.
Shane's great wrestler. Everyone rips on Shane. I'm sorry. No, I was just about to say everybody rips on Shane, but man, how many great Shane McMahon matches has there been, Joe?
So many, and he doesn't get really a lot of credit for it. Like the man faced Kurt Angle.
True.
And was it at Hell in a Cell? What pay-per-view was that?
It was King of the Ring.
King of the Ring. Went through the glass.
He threw him through the freaking glass, dude.
That didn't break.
didn't break. He almost Mere Geek would have had a back broken. No,
I heard he got injured during that match though. Like,
he got concussed, and Kurt broke his hip bone, I think, or tailbone.
It was the tailbone. Yeah, exactly. He told the story on the.
Yeah.
I think a documentary that is like when he went to the suplex, he felt something crack.
Yeah.
Right.
Said, "Uh-oh."
Right there. Yeah. So, but and as soon as he was, that's the reason why Shane didn't go through the glass fully because he messed up because he broke something and he knew it. So. And then he just said, okay, screw it. I'm just gonna throw you through the glass, and that's what he did.
Mere Geek would be dead. I would have broken halfway through the glass and would have been taken to the hospital, but been concussed for years because I would have been like, I got beat up by Kurt Angle, but I'm still here.
But I'm so good.
Okay.
Yeah, injuries kind of scare me though when it comes to wrestling. Because also like since I'm like fragile and I'm not like fully developed and mature and all of that, like I haven't really had many injuries. I've only like wrestling wise, I've had like a mild concussion, but the big one, it was this year too. A lot has happened this year. I got German suplex like right on my shoulder.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was fun. That was really fun. I had a big moment right there. The doctors wouldn't give me the right term for it, so I think I either separated my shoulder or maybe tore something. No, it could have been worse. I was unlucky, but I was very lucky at the same time. Like my arm was out of place. But it could have been worse. But besides that, I'd be very careful in the ring. Even though you see me doing all this crazy stuff, jumping off 6-foot tall dudes, I pick my moves when they're right. My trainers pick the right matches for me. What's safe for me, what isn't, all the above.
Yeah.
Geek, got anything else?
Yeah. So what exactly the best advice someone ever gave you? Because you had such great inspirations and worked with a lot of great people, like 10 from AEW and a lot of other people. What's the best advice someone gave you?
I met Jake the Snake Roberts at a Unicon convention in Vegas, and I pretty much I told him my whole story, basically hey, I'm this years old, I've been doing this, and I was kind of asking him what can I do that would have people take me more seriously? Because I feel like when I wrestle, I kind of make it more obvious that I'm a kid. Sometimes I'm trying to seem more mature in the ring. So I was asking him what do I got to do or what should I do? And he was telling me, that instead of doing 100 things okay or good, do one thing really good. It's not like you can really remember people by their moves. You can maybe remember by their catchphrase, their finisher, their look, their gear. So he said, don't do 100 things good, one thing great. Another piece of advice that I like to pass stuff on, I'll say, hey, this guy told me once, it was from this wrestler named Scotty Ice, and he told me that whenever someone gives me advice, criticism, look at that person. And I mean, I'll say, yes, sir, thank you, okay. But in my head, think, do I really want to be like this person when I grow up? Do I want to look like this person? Do I want to wrestle like this person? So even though I'll say, thank you for the advice, in my head, I'll be like, nah, I like those two pieces of advice the best.
Yeah. My last question is, what is your favorite food?
My favorite food. Okay, I've been waiting for this question. Yeah, there were some questions when watching all these episodes.
Let's get the good ones.
Yeah.
There's been some questions when I was watching all these episodes in the past, and I was like, I know he's going to ask me this question. Here we are.
Either me or him.
You guys just had this debate recently. My favorite food is sushi.
Yes.
Boom. Write it
not
down.
Fish person. Not fish person. So
me and Bodhi can do it. We'll be eating all day long.
Yeah.
No spicy food though. I'll eat any sushi except spicy sushi.
Oh, there is one of your future guests for October.
What's going on, dude?
Or Scarecrow.
The Scarecrow.
Scarecrow. He's a good guy.
But we can't. So when you do your sushi, do you do the seaweed salad first and then you eat the sushi, or do you just dive into the sushi?
I mean, seaweed salad. I like seaweed salad. It's not a priority though. Like when I go to a restaurant, first thing I'll order shrimp tempura, right there. You know, no ginger, no wasabi, no spicy stuff.
Just straight.
Yeah, and then we do all you can eat. All you can eat is the only way to go because you can order any roll, any amount of the roll. The only problem is that you just have to eat it, or else they charge you.
Yeah, you'll be that guy. Or you eat too much, you end up like the episode of The Simpsons. Yeah. You eat too much, you go now. Roll him out the door. He not going. Get the butter.
Now, a geek would never survive in Japan because like all they have is sushi here. Oh,
he could be dead.
I know, like
yeah.
Noodles. Like, you guys have noodles in the back.
You guys have pasta. It's like.
I can see the really mean boss in the corner counting the money, smoking the cigarette. Don't give him the good pasta. No, give him the stuff we had on the top shelf.
Yeah. Wait, geek. So no pasta. I mean, no rice. No chicken.
I like rice and chicken.
Okay, good. I mean, that kind of is like the bare minimum for sushi, I guess, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, they could. Like, you could request a dish. If you don't want the sushi, there's the other guy that's doing stir-fry right next door.
Ooh, stir-fry's cool, yeah.
Yeah. I can't eat shrimp, so my food always has to be made in the freaking kitchen. I'm that guy. I can't have it. So, okay, we much you want. You get this. Okay. You get whatever the chef felt like putting on the table, lobster table. I'm like,
so also what do you do before like a match? What's your pre-match ritual in case you're ready?
Since I can't drive yet, my parents will drive me to the show, and in the car I'll just be listening to music. I'll try to like hype myself up. You know, I'm like, yeah, I'll just be sitting in the car, headphones in. I'm like, yeah, I got this. Yeah, easy. You know, and then I'm backstage before the match. Like maybe I'm like next up or something like that. Maybe like I'll just walk back and forth. You know, I'll pace myself. You know, because like I just can't stand still. You know, like if I'm backstage and I'm standing still, I feel like I'm doing something wrong. So I just gotta like just move. You know, some people like to like hit themselves. I don't know. Some people like to run a lap. Some people like to do push-ups. I just walk around. I'm like, yeah. Because I feel like backstage, it's the scariest thing ever. When I walk through the curtain, I'm all right. You know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So is there a certain song that you're playing? You said you listen to music. So is there like a certain song that's like going through your earbuds while you're sitting in the car with your mom? Is it like an Eminem song, like a Dr. Dre, or like a heavy metal song? What's that song?
It's not Eminem. People say I look like Slim Shady though, maybe.
A little bit.
But not a particular song. Maybe I might listen to a song that's stuck in my head. But if not that, I like to listen to Kanye West, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, maybe, Baby Keem, maybe. I mean, I like rap music. Maybe throw in a little bit of R&B, maybe a little pop. But I like rap music, so hype rap music, melodic, all the above.
Okay.
Yeah. So do you have any social medias or?
Oh yeah. Okay. Instagram at all lowercase Bodhi_BYP. Oh, BODHI. Yeah, that one's a tough one to spell. Twitter, capital BODHI _ capital BYP. And last one, Facebook. Yes, I have Facebook. You can follow me at Bodhi Chalfin, CHALFIN. Yes, I have Facebook.
Yeah.
It's like Facebook. What?
I was just about to say. Joe says that Facebook's an old man's page.
I used to say that till I started seeing my dad's friends start following me. I'm like, why are they following me?
Yeah, it's weird.
Instagram's like the new thing now. It's
well, my final question for you, Bodhi. Like now that you're like on the Facebook, is it weird to see older wrestlers following you, and then you're like, I'm young?
I mean, it kind of depends. Like when I get a follow request from someone, I'll kind of like I'll look through their account. I'll look and see who they're following, or if someone I know that follows them, because it'll either be the case where they're just like a normal wrestler from like California or something like that, or worst case scenario, they're a pedophile or they're into that kind of stuff,
Yeah. No, I mean like no, I meant like if it's like a wrestler.
Oh, wrestler.
Like, no, that's what I meant. Oh my god, no! The question just went off the road and started spinning. No, like someone that you've wrestled with and you didn't know they had Instagram and they started following. Like, make an example. Like, if you got a follow from Damien 666 and you're like, oh my god, he followed me like that.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
My question.
If I get a follow from someone that I wrestled, I don't find it weird because I wrestled them. I actually had the time to talk to them. I had the time to actually wrestle them. If I haven't met them, maybe I'll be a little skeptical. But if I wrestle them, I'll be like, oh yeah, no, I know this is a cool dude. Or, oh no, I don't want to follow him back. Maybe I'll block him.
Yeah. After this interview. Block, definitely.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
Those dudes at ringside, guys. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, no. Don't talk
about Mom Bodhi's like, well, yeah, son, I think you need to block. Yes, Mom, agree.
Will do.
All right.
Do you have any upcoming matches or?
Upcoming matches. First or most recent one will be September 30th. That's at Pride Style Pro. Me and Panther were mentioning that one. I'm in a 6-man tag. I say me and Sky High. They're another tag team, but sooner or later, I'm going to become the third member of Sky High, hopefully. So it's me and Sky High versus Final Destination and honorary member Level Up Noah. Other days, I got October 1st, I think. Because like sometimes I'll just have the dates, but I won't know anything about that match. I won't know who I wrestle. I won't know where.
That's fine, dude.
That stinks about wrestling. You get the date, you don't even know what you're doing at the show, and you need you just be a side guy. You're gonna get squashed by this legend. You're like, okay, thank you.
Thank you. Sure. I mean, it kind of sucks when like I don't know who I'm wrestling. And then I find out like at a very inconvenient time, like they didn't tell me until the day of, or they changed who I'm going to wrestle the day of, and I got to be like, okay, I gotta prep for it differently. Cause I prep for different opponents cause the way they wrestle and all that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So Bodhi, we want to thank you so much for coming to the podcast.
Thank you.
Good luck to all your upcoming matches and everything, man.
And your career, bro.
Career too.
We wish you nothing but the best of luck, all the good vibes to you, and all your upcoming events. And we would love to have you back on in a future episode. So you can tell us more about your journey on your young career. I'm Joe Panther III.
I'm the Metal Geek.
And I am BYP, Bodhi Young Prodigy.
And we will catch you in the next one.
Boom.